guys, Aaron Jana here for Forever Football, DRFC, your Donks Drivers fan channel. And even though this is a DRFC Daily Reports, I have been doing daily reports covering the Super League because, of course, you know, uncovering what the clubs have been doing to go against their owners because, you know, obviously the Super League would have probably affected us in the Football League. It would have took more money off of us. So, you know, this affected us in some way or form. And obviously, big developments today from the Man United fan base. Liverpool, Man United in the Premier League tonight getting called off, postponed until what we're hearing is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Could be 13th of May from unofficial reports. And it was postponed because of what the fans did before the team buses were scheduled to arrive. And it was the fans storming into the pitch. Now, the stuff in this that I don't condone. I do not condone some stuff. The beating up of the stewards, the bottle throwing, the abuse throwing that I've seen at Jamie Carragher. You know, abuse and violence, I don't condone that at all. But a couple of fans getting a football and doing a bicycle kick at the Stretford end net. Fans living out their dream. They're on the pitch, it's fine. Stewards couldn't do anything about it. They couldn't manhandle 15,000 people, however many it was. They couldn't It's like an ant trying to stop a 10-ton truck. You know, it's a couple of stewards can't like protect thousands of people from going onto the pitch. They're just going to get bombarded. So they had to let them on. There was no other choice. They had to let them through. And, you know, I do feel for the stewards in that situation because what could they have done? But, you know, the fans that weren't abusing and being violent to other people, that protested, you know, did the Glazers Out stuff, protest on the pitch, well done. You made a statement. You made a massive statement today. And the Liverpool, and what a perfect time to do it. Some people will say, well, you know, why didn't you choose, you know, why didn't you choose the Europa League game against Roma? Liverpool Man United is arguably the biggest English football game on the calendar in the big leagues. Arguably the biggest fixture. So you go for the biggest fixture, the one that's going to draw the most media attention, the one that's going to draw the most public attention, virtually, of course. That's a clever move. Now, if Arsenal fans can do that for their Europa League game, which will be a big watch because this is basically the game that defines Arsenal's season, then get rid of the abuse and the violence, and that'll be alright. Storm the pitch. It's fine. Let them all through. Storm the pitch. Make a statement. And we know that Arsenal, there's reports going around that Kroenke is possibly quite close to selling Arsenal, whether it's to Daniel Leak or someone else. Stan Kroenke could be on the verge of selling Arsenal. Glazers should be on the verge of selling Man United, in my opinion. Abramovich, you really can't get rid of him. The Sheiks at Man City, you can't get rid of them. FSG need to go. Daniel Levy and Enoch need to go. And, you know, they're the four clubs we're looking at here. Man United, Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool. Chelsea and Man City's owners, they're probably not going to go because they're in a position now where they're going to be challenging for the title. The other four, they can be got rid of. They can absolutely 100% be got rid of. And to be fair, Chelsea and Man City were quite cautious from it from the start. They backed out pretty much straight away. They were the first two to back out. So, you know, Abramovich, I think they were just following along with the herd because they didn't want to get... I think they were in an impossible situation, Chelsea and Man City, because they were reluctant to join, but if they didn't join, then they were going to be financially broke. So they had no other choice, and then they quickly backed out because they signed up for a crime in football. And, you know, today was the power of fans. Today was the epitome of fan power. Man United, when they were going to get a £1 billion takeover from Rupert Murdoch back in the 90s, and the fans got behind against it. It went to the government, the bid was rejected, Fergie was involved in that as well, Fergie didn't want it. And this kind of resonates with today in a way, because even though it's a different scenario, it's the same thing. Players, managers, fans, they didn't want it. The Rupert Murdoch bid back in the 90s, Fergie didn't want it, the players didn't want it, fans didn't want it, no one wanted it, apart from Rupert Murdoch and his mob. That is the difference here. So, you know, they underestimate fan power. They really do underestimate it. And the media can get off their high horse, in my opinion, because They might be here now saying, well, you know, we do care about the fans. You know, we're on your side. Were you on Newcastle's side when Mike Ashley's still running the club? Were you on Berry's side when Jim White and Sky Sports News had a flaming deadline day clock? Like it was a transfer deadline day when Berry were about to go out of business and then went out of business. The original football club. Did you care about the fans then? Or did you care about getting your nice media graphics up? Did you care about Charlton till it's too late? Did you care about Wigan till it was too late? Did you care about Macclesfield till it was too late? No. But as soon as it's Man U, or Chelsea, or Arsenal, or Tottenham, or Liverpool, or City, breaking rules, breaking the English philosophy, no, they're breaking the game! Save it, save it, save it! Where's that passion and caring for the fans when one of the lower league clubs goes under? Ones that are at the heart of football. Because if it isn't for the Football League, there's no Arsenal, there's no Chelsea, there's no Man United, there's no Liverpool, there's no Tottenham, there's no Man City. Man City were in our division in 1996. And I think they went back down there in the early thousands. And you think that, you know, because it's different, because it's a Big Six club, or because it's someone who's the richest club in the world, does that mean they should get more attention than we do if we were under bad ownership? You know, we went under the ownership problem in 1998 with Ken Richardson. Did people care about us then? No. They tried letting our club rot, and it took John Ryan to take us back up to like a phoenix rising from the ashes. That's what it took. It took someone from nowhere who's a fan to do what's right for the good of our club. Southend are going through problems right now. Swindon need a buyer. Colchester will go through financial troubles. Derby's not going very well. In fact, they're going extremely poorly. You know, Grimsby's had issues at times. So many other clubs. Sunderland went through issues before a new takeover. So did Charlton. So did Wigan. Coventry's got problems. You know, despite them being still in the Championship and they've got a brand new 10-year lease on the Ricoh Arena. Don't tell me Coventry fans haven't got good ownership, because their ownership is very questionable at times. I'm not going to lie to you here. So why in the name of God is the media sticking up for Big Six fans now when they could have stuck up for every football fan at different times? Why give big clubs the same more attention than you aren't to us? Because we deserve just as much attention. Leyton Orient, when they were under the Francesco Becchetti ownership a few years ago, the circus it was called, the Italian Godfather, the circus, Becchetti's circus. Did you care about us then? No. You let us rot. You let Leyton Orient rot. And you see the fans on the last game of that season against Colchester, when they lost, I think it was 3-1, before the match was abandoned, then restarted in private. And it was restarted in private because it was to protect the value and integrity of the competition. No offence to the Football League, but the integrity of the competition died when the Premier League broke away from the Football League about 15-20 years ago. That's when the integrity of the competition died, and it was the Premier League that helped in a major way in breaking the integrity of the Football League. That's why. And let's be perfectly honest here. When the Premier League broke away from the Football League, what would the Football League left with? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then we were in a situation where League 1 and League 2 were disrespected, overruled, not treated right, and 95% of the League 1 and League 2 matches are more entertaining than at least half of the Premier League games in a season. 110%. I've seen 0-0s between the big clubs this season. 0-0s. And there were big games, overhyped by the media. And you think you can't just care because we're a lower league club and just let us rot when it's a Big Six clubs? Oh no, panic station, our money's going to go. Save the clubs from bad ownerships. Fair play, Carragher and Neville. You stuck up for what you believe in. Yeah? You were loud, you were proud, you said the owners need to go. People like Graham Souness. Graham, I respect you, man. I respect you as a player and a manager. But sometimes your opinions as a pundit, I don't agree with. like the ones about the protests today. I don't agree with them. Roy Keane, he made some comments. You know, and it's be interesting to see what they say on Match of the Day tonight about the protests. Be interesting to see what other media sources. I'd be interested to see what TalkSport say about this. Now, obviously I spoke to someone from TalkSport about Darren Moore's exit a few months ago now. I'd be interested to see what TalkSport say about this. Not TalkSport 2, what Ian Danter was doing commentary-wise for the Portsmouth Donny game. But I mean the main TalkSport as well. The big TalkSport, the yellow one, not the orange one. The TalkSport. The same TalkSport that let Ray Parlour, again, respect to Ray Parlour, amazing legendary Arsenal player, you know, could have been a wonderful manager with his mind of football, with his experience. But as a pundit, or giving opinions on fan channels, I don't agree with Ray Parlour. You know, the same TalkSport that let Ray Parlour slag off Robbie from AFTV on live on air, when they should have been talking about the Super League, and they tried twisting it to make it look like AFTV were getting more views off Arsenal losing and things like that. Sorry? Who in the world do you think you are, slagging off AFTV? They give fans a voice. I give fans a voice. United Stand give fans a voice. Football Terrace, that I've been a part of for a few months now, give fans a voice. And people have got the cheek to blame fan channels for teams losing, protests, everything like that. In the nicest possible way, behave yourself. Behave. In the words of Mr. DT from AFTV, behave yourself. Because fan channels, let's take you back, shall we? Fans debated games in pubs. All we've done is bring the debate to the media. All we've done is bring the debate of fans that we do in the pubs and in the stands to social media. We've just put our opinions out there for the world to see. Yes, some channels, not like mine, say it in more adult content ways. Some people, you know, use explicit language. Some people use interesting analogies. You know, channels like mine, we don't do that. We do family-friendly content where it's family-friendly language, and we stick to family-friendly content, but we still share our opinions because we're a family-friendly club, Doncaster Rovers. We're a family club. Family content, family club. Arsenal, you know, fan channels can do whatever they like with the language they've got. You know, it's down to them. But I'm not having the mainstream media, time after time after time, try and twist a situation to blame fan channels for things going wrong in football. I'm not having that. And when Ray Parlour was slagging off AFTV and Robbie and trying to twist the argument around, and I can't believe I'm talking about this on a video about Liverpool Man United being postponed, but when he was saying those comments, I kept thinking, does Ray Parlour secretly have a job or like a secret connection with Kroenke at Arsenal? Because he must be protecting the club if that's what he's saying and trying to twist the situation around. The media need to, you know, learn a lesson from this. And the reason why I say learn a lesson, and I'm saying this in the nicest way possible, is because they need to learn that they can't just put one rule for one set of fans and another rule for the lower league fans. They can't just let lower league fans and their clubs rot and wait until it's too late, like Bury, Macclesfield, etc. But when it comes to Big Six, do something now. Now. It can't be one rule for one and one for the other. This has got to be a huge lesson in football now. This is a lesson to the big clubs. Don't get into bed with billionaires. Don't go into bed with billionaires. Let the game flow by itself. Let the game flow as the times go on. Don't speed up the financial process because you want to earn a few extra million quid. Let the game flow. Let the Football League get involved. Bring us more money. We'll help you out. You help us out. We're one football pyramid. Bring the non-league in. Help them out. Then we'll all be a very happy society. And on the fans side of things, speaking on the fans side of things now, some fans are great because, like, you know what? They can be respectful of their opinions. In this video, I condone the fans that that twist people's words. If you see me on the terrace tonight, you'll have said that I'm sick of fans twisting Terry's words about condoning violence, and they're trying to twist Terry's words and try to twist it and try and make it sound like he's saying something else and not what he actually said. I'm sick of fans twisting people's words. I'm sick of fans belittling other people's opinions. If they're disrespectful with their opinions or abusive with their opinions, you have a right to condone them in the most respectful way possible, because then you're not solving a problem with a problem. And this goes way beyond football, this is society in general. And the fans that belittle other people's opinions, even fans' respectful opinions, if they get belittled in an abusive way, you're solving an opinion with a problem, and then someone bites back with abusive language. Problem. And this whole social media blackout thing, it could work to some extent. Football is not on social media. I'm not going on Twitter for a few days, until Tuesday when the social media blackout ends. Football clubs aren't doing it. It works to a certain extent. What we need to learn as a society is we need to teach the next generations to not belittle other people's opinions in an abusive way, even if their opinions are disrespectfully put. Even if they've written them disrespectfully or abusively, come back at them in a respectful way. Say, I disagree with that entirely. I feel like the language that you use is utterly disgraceful. Be respectful with your comebacks and your opinions. And then from social media to the outside world, we'll be a nicer society. So this is way beyond football now. But big up to the United fans that were on the pitch, doing the protests, getting the Glazers out, breaking the cameras, obviously, violence against things like that, I don't condone. But, cameras are replaceable. Obviously it's not nice to see things getting broken like cameras, etc. People taking corner flags, etc. But it's not illegal to storm a pitch. It's not illegal to protest, because if it's not illegal to protest, if it's illegal to protest, you might as well go live in North Korea, because it's not illegal to protest. We can do it. We can go and say goodbye to our legendary players. I'm going to be at the Keep Out Stadium on Sunday. I'm going to be outside the stadium saying goodbye to James Coppinger with the rest of the Rovers fans. And as long as we're wearing masks, as long as we're distant, as long as we're sticking to the rules, that's fine. That's fine. I can take a walk down to the Keep Out on Sunday for our last game of the season. I can watch the game and hear the noise from outside the stadium for a few hours. I can hear that. As long as I stick to the rules, which I've continued to do ever since this pandemic started, I'll be fine with it. And it's not illegal to do that. But what I don't condone is the violence and the stuff that takes it too far. And that's what the media and that's what the Glazers can use to go against the fans and support them. Because imagine if one of the Glazers was there. If 10, 20, 30 people beat up a Glazer today, he could use that against the fans and what they're trying to do peacefully. And the Glazers would add more friends than enemies because of that one situation. The steward that got attacked with the swollen eye, I saw him in the picture of the video behind Carragher. I'm sorry to that guy, because he didn't deserve that. He's got a family to feed, he's got a job to do. He didn't deserve that. He never deserved that. He had to just let him in. He didn't deserve that. It's a weird one, man. But, yeah, big up to the United fans that were sticking to the rules, sticking to what was best, and just protesting, because you made a statement today. And hopefully the Glazers can sell up and get out of football, because we don't need people like the Glazers in football. So there we go, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching this video. Stay tuned tomorrow for the Blackpool preview. And I'm going to be on Lee Charles TV tomorrow, afternoon or evening. So stay tuned on Lee Charles TV. I'll put a link to his channel in the description down below, so you can go and subscribe to him as well. Give him a notification bell so you never miss any of his videos. He's a Blackpool fan. So yeah, you can go and check that out tomorrow evening. Where I'll be on Lee Charles TV previewing the game against Blackpool. Stay tuned for my preview as well, coming tomorrow before then. And for now, guys, my own channel from Forever Football, DRFC, keep living the Rovers life, and that, my friends, full time. Rovers side die. Thank you very much.